proceed to remain quiet, please.
Sentencing and Roberts.
Can we approach for just a moment? No, I can't. Yeah.
There's two?
Yes.
Are you on Nichols?
Yes.
And adjourned to Monday.
Nichols is adjourned to Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
I know, right? Every day.
Well, I'll turn it on.
Turn this on, so there's going to be some dead space, so be careful.
Yes, that's my case now. Okay.
Is that her? Case number 16-06253, defendant 2, people state of Michigan versus Lillian Roberts. This matter is here for sentencing in case number 12-02606, people state of Michigan versus Lillian Roberts. This matter is here for violation hearing. Appearances, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Brian Surma on behalf of the people.
Judge, good morning to you and your staff. Lillian D.L. on behalf of Lillian Roberts, who is present to my right.
All right, today is the day that was reset for sentencing on Ms. Roberts. We do have a new pre-sentence report consistent with the amended plea that was entered last week. Ms. Diallo, you had a chance to go over the pre-sentence report with your client?
I have had that opportunity, Your Honor, and at this time, Ms. Roberts would like the court to know that under substance abuse history, and I'm trying to find the page, it's on page 11. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
it's also on the page.
Okay, I'm sorry, page 12, but she indicates that she stopped using marijuana in 1995. So on the face page and the top of page 12, we would ask that to be...
Okay, actually on the face page it said she used marijuana from 1993 to 1997.
Right, correct. And also, she would like that to say 1995, Your Honor.
It actually does say on page 12 she has not used since 95.
Correct, but at the very top, on the grid, it says 95. 97, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Got it. So it's 95, not 97.
Correct, Your Honor. And then, Your Honor, on page 12, under substance abuse treatment, what date? She did that in 2012, not 2016.
She's pretty sure about that.
2012, Judge. Thank you. Other than that, I don't believe there are any other corrections. additions, or deletions. Is that correct, Ms. Roberts?
Yes.
And you've had the opportunity to review this whole entire report, correct?
Yes.
All righty. And you told me which corrections, additions, and deletions that you wish to be made in this matter, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, and then just for the record, the guidelines have been pegged at 315 to 1,050.
Yes, they're correct.
They're correct, okay.
People agree with that too. That's the way that we scored them. I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, and there's nothing to be changed to the best of my knowledge.
All right then. There was a sentence agreement of 24 to 40 on the homicide. Was that also on the unlawful imprisonment?
We did not set a term of years for the unlawful imprisonment, but we did include that any sentence on that charge would run concurrently.
Concurrent with the murder.
We didn't ask for a
Correct.
specific sentence for that
Okay.
charge.
All right, well, okay, then you're leaving it up to me. I'll just leave it at 24 to 40 this week.
For unlawful imprisonment, Judge?
Well, it's concurrent with the murder, isn't it?
I don't know if the
It's
guy...
a life offense.
No, I think unlawful imprisonment is... It's
Well,
15 years.
because she's charged as a habitual fourth offender, it
Oh.
becomes a life offense. So that's a accurate,
Yep.
correct sentence if the court chooses to oppose that. And if it's
Right.
concurrent, that falls in line with our sentence agreement.
Right, it will be concurrent,
Thank you.
and you'll get the credit. Mr. Roberts, anything you want to say
I apologize for being here, and
for being here?
yeah, for having you here, wasting the court's time for this matter. And I would like to apologize to the Mitchell family just for my involvement, period.
Mr. Surma, did the complainant's mother appear yet?
She is here.
She is here.
She is here. She's present in the courtroom, Judge. She does not wish to address the court today. She's been informed of the sentence agreement that we've reached. She's satisfied with it. She feels that it's a fair sentence, and we're asking the court to impose it.
All right, so I will. All right,
Thank you.
Mr. Roberts, as a result of your convictions by plea to a single count of second-degree murder and unlawful imprisonment, which are both life offenses, the unlawful imprisonment being a life offense in your case because of a fourth habitual offender notice, it is the sentence of this court that you are remanded to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for 2 concurrent prison terms of no fewer than 24 years and no more than 40 years. You will get credit for 170 days against those 2 sentences. You have a right to ask the Michigan Court of Appeals to review your clean sentence. In this case, they don't have to, but you have a right to ask. And if you're unable to afford a lawyer will be appointed for you at public expense. And the lawyer will be provided with a copy of the transcript of today's proceedings and anything else out of the court file that the lawyer may need in order to manage your appeal. You're going to be given a form to sign in which you acknowledge receipt of those rights. It is a copy of that form that must be filed with the clerk of this court within 42 days of today's date if you intend to appeal and ask for a court-assigned attorney.
Your Honor, acknowledge receipt of appellate paperwork.
All
Oh,
right, Mr. Roberts, good luck to you.
That's your probation.
No
It's your
days.
statement.
They're
It's your
closing
statement
it.
is closing in the agreement. You can make a copy of that as well.
Oh, and while we're at it, your probation on your old lettering and publishing case is closed without improvement.
thank you so much, Judge. You and your staff have a good weekend.
I'll be downstairs. It'll be done if your client wants to.
That's correct.
Okay, you got it. Mr. Boyer, could you approach, please? Joe? Joe? What is the topic today? I didn't really know. Update, sentencing updates. Okay. Maybe they brought some in. Pretty quiet yesterday.
Thank you. Hang on. Like all the way up.
Case number 16-06253, defendant 1, People State of Michigan versus Gregory Walker. This matter is here for sentencing. Appearances, please.
Brian Stormer for the people.
And thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Kessel on behalf of Mr. Walker.
All right, this is the adjourned sentencing date from last week. So there's a new pre-sentence report here. Mr. Kessel, did you get a chance to go over it with your client? And if so, are there any deletions, amendments, or changes to it?
I have, Your Honor. We have gone over the pre-sentence investigation report. There are no additions, corrections, or deletions that need to be made.
All right. And the guidelines are pegged at 365 to 1200. Any reason to believe those are not?
I would have no objection to that, Judge.
No, we scored them the same way. I believe they're scored accurately.
Very well. And I'll ask you again, Mr. Sermon, does the victim's mother wish to make a statement?
No, she's here, and again, she's in agreement with the sentence that we're asking the court to impose. We feel that it's a fair and just sentence agreement based on the defendant's actions, and that reflects his criminal history.
All right. Mr. Walker, anything you'd like to say before I impose the sentence?
I would just like to say I'm sorry to the family.
All right. As a result of your plea of guilty to second-degree murder and unlawful imprisonment, both as fourth habitual offenders, It is the sentence of this court, and this is consistent with the sentence agreement reached. You are remanded to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for 2 concurrent prison terms of no less than 40 years and no more than 60 years. And then consecutive to those 2 sentences, you are remanded on the felony firearm conviction for 2 years with credit for 169 days. So in other words, you will begin serving your felony firearm sentence first, which is 2 years minus 169 days. And when you've completed serving that sentence, you will then serve your 2 concurrent 40 to 60 year sentences. You have a right to ask the Michigan Court of Appeals to review your plea and sentence in this case. They don't have to, but you have a right to ask. And if you're unable to afford a lawyer will be appointed for you at public expense, and the lawyer will be provided with a copy of the transcript of today's proceedings and anything else out of the court file that the lawyer may need in order to manage your appeal. You're going to be given a form to sign in which you acknowledge receipt of the rights that I just gave you. It's a copy of that form that must be filed with the clerk of the court within 42 days of today's date if you intend to appeal and ask for a court-assigned attorney.
Your Honor, for the record, we would acknowledge receipt of the appellate rights form.
Thank you, Mr. Kessel. Very well.
Judge, would you give Mr. Walker credit for 170 days served? That's the same we gave to Ms. Roberts.
Is it the same?
They were arrested together. They've been in custody the same length of time.
All right, fine. 170. Thank you, Mr. Sherman.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. David, the rest of the docket.